Yeah, Mohamed's a disappointing one for him. He suffered a sort of significant hamstring injury in that game when he came off the bench. So yeah, it's certainly a little bit of a step back, but Mohamed, he's working hard already in the gym, started some sort of early stage rehab. The type and nature of the hamstring injury he has, meaning he won't start running for at least a week or two, but once he does, we'll sort of be able to get some good fitness base into him from the start of his rehab. Before sort of progressing his sort of running speed and things like that during training. Being the explosive athlete he is, it's important that we sort of monitor that return very closely and make sure it's not too fast. And he's only a young lad, and we want to make sure that when he is back, he again stays fit and doesn't have any future issues. So yeah, Tomi is progressing really well. So we're sort of happy how he's going in rehab so far. We obviously thought he might have returned against the Western Sydney Wanderers on that away game, but we're conscious that he's had a bit of a stop-start to the season so far, so we just want to make sure that when he does come back, he's fit and 100% ready to go. Yeah, Ryan Kitto's unfortunately sort of suffered a small setback this week. He sort of injured his hamstring in training. So yeah, it's been a bit of a disrupted sort of period for Ryan, mainly due to sort of an unfortunate injury in pre-season. He had sort of a large hernia in his sort of groin region that needed some surgery, which obviously that took some time to get back from. It was probably 6 weeks out for Ryan in sort of a crucial time of pre-season. So he was flying, he was coming back really well from that, and then he again had that unfortunate injury, that knock against Brisbane, which he sort of had some bone bruising in his knee, so a contact injury that kept him out. And sort of as he was just getting back into fitness, he's played some good minutes with the sort of youth team and sort of the non-playing group and getting some good fitness levels back. He's suffered a small setback, that one that shouldn't keep him out too long, but one that again we want to make sure we get him right, and then when he is back, he can stay in the squad and stay in the team. Nathan's progressing well, as good as he can be, sort of immediately post-surgery. So yeah, he had that ACL injury obviously at training, which is very disappointing on his opposite knee. It was a bit of a strange mechanism. We're not sure if his sort of feet got stuck in the grass at the time. So it was very unfortunate to him because he did such a good job at progressing as well as he did with his previous knee. So when I started with the club, he was just coming back from his previous knee injury, and sort of when I came in, I was very impressed that sort of the position he was in and the ability for him to sort of return to training at that sort of 10-month mark is really impressive and tick all the markers that we need him to tick. So no, he started his rehab very well so far. He's still in a brace. He's still on crutches for the time being, but we're sort of working on the things we can work on and starting some of that early level rehab here in the gym. We've got quite a good setup here in the gym with some of the stuff from Fitness Warehouse. So yeah, he's already putting some of the things like the assault bike and the ropes and the boxing gloves and stuff to use. So no, he'll do very well throughout his rehab, and yeah, looking forward to sort of him being back on the park next season. Yeah, Jako's looking really good. He was fortunate not to miss too much with his calf injury. Wasn't a high-grade calf, but it was one that we wanted to be cautious with initially just because of Jako's experience. But yeah, no, he's progressed well, recovered really well. We're happy with the training load he's been able to get in. And again, the games we've had on the Saturdays with the sort of youth players and some of our non-playing squad have been really beneficial to the squad as a whole to be able to get some match minutes in to some of the returning injured players, but also some of the players who haven't seen as much match minutes as they would like to date. So no, he's tracking very well, one of the most professional guys you'll find at the club. And yeah, we're happy with how he's going. So yeah, really good. Yeah, Straney's looking very good. Like he's a hard worker and he'll always sort of do all he can to stay on the pitch, which is good. Yeah, throughout the rehab process, this time it was quite smooth. We made sure we took the time with him this time to get him right. As much as Ryan likes to push things along and try and get back as soon as he can, we're able to sort of have a bit more of a steady progression this time, which was excellent. And the benefit for him was he was able to get some good match minutes again with our sort of youth and internal trial games and on the weekends that we've currently got going on. So we're able to sort of progress not only his match minutes, but his overall training load and kicking loads and sprint distance and things like that. So he's had a much more measured return, and I think you've seen that in the game. He's played well on the weekend. Yeah, Hassan, so he's progressing well. We're sort of happy with how he's gone. His ankle injury and the fracture was sort of a complex one. So for him to be back playing is very good to see. He's had a couple of niggles along the way. His ankle's obviously going to be quite stiff with some of the metal work and whatnot that's in there. So we've had to, at times, maybe give him the odd bit of medication and treatment just to help that ankle settle down. But that's worked very well, and you can see that he looked sharp on the park last weekend. So now we're very happy with how he's progressing, and we're sort of tracking some things for him in the gym using some of the force plates and things we have to measure his sort of lower leg strength and lower leg power, and he's improving each day on them. And no, we're very happy with his progress to date.